going messy, and fucking hitbox. You know, I think the ones doing the most damage are probably the archers. So many of them hitting me. Can't stop them rezzing the healer. Okay, I'm just gonna wait back here. Burn, baby, burn. Nice. The fireballs, if you didn't catch that there, they hit one guy, and the rest of the fireballs went through and hit the guy right behind them. That was hilarious. And I have enough minions, reds here, and they're well equipped enough to actually toast the, be able to two-hit one of the big guys. You know, I'm nervous for that reason when they deal with the archers, because the archers can actually return fire. Okay, hang back there. I'll take care of the archers. Then I can use the other guys to take care of the big guys. I don't need them to take care of the big guys, but I'll be probably low enough on health that it would probably be expedient for me to do so. I mainly just wanted to get the chance to use the word expedient there. Don't get to use it nearly enough. I was actually remembering, it was like it was rezzing there, but there's no healers. Weird. Maybe it's just the animation they have for being knocked down and getting back up. Not a clue. I remember Cicero had an argument about expediency. I don't actually remember what it was. Fucking hitboxes! I don't remember quite what it was. It was just that something may be expedient to do, but it mightn't be the right thing to do. Or something like that. Cicero was a Roman governor. I believe also term form was homo novus. New man, basically. He was a lower class guy who managed to actually rise his class in Roman society. I don't know where he started off, but he certainly ended up higher than where he began. That's all I know. Nice. Okay, get the extra guy, and now we go get this stuff. Anyone want any of the gear? Probably not, but it's worth always checking, because someone could be oddly lower, more poorly equipped than someone else. But then again, because I got Violet's upgrades, probably not. Dwarf. But anyway, as you can see, there's miners there, bombers, the dwarf soldiers, and the crossbow guys. I'm going to get rid of the reds, because I'm worried about using them with the crossbow guys present. I'm going to take out some browns. I'm worried about using them with the crossbow guys present. But I gotta use someone. Maybe I could attack the back lines and try and get rid of the crossbow guys first. Then I could use the reds much more comfortably. And you can see a few bombers in there as well. Not too concerned about them. Ah, beauty. Move. Run. Yes, just wait there by the bombs. Totally a good idea. They are moving away a bit. Wonder if that's an AI response, or was it just like an intentional move by the AI? Because I swear most of the time they're missing that. Christ. Took a fair few harpoons there. Yeah, see, that wasn't intentionally a response. It must have been something to do with me. If I can take out this last group of them, I can just use my minions to clear up the rest. Okay. It's a bit risky here. But I don't think they're quite as dangerous in melee. Move! Christ, I nearly died because a bomber decided to get in my way. Fucking mad-ass bomber. We'll just wait for that bomb to go off, then I'll charge my minions in. They're well enough equipped, they should be able to take on these guys. I know the big guys have a horrendous cleave, but that, you know, it's nothing to be concerned about. So bomb over there I should take into account. That went well. Imagine trying to deal with this with flamers. It might go well, but if there's any degree of friendly fire, it wouldn't go well for the dwarves inherently. To be honest, it would probably be hysterically easy to do. Imagine if they have two flamers. You run into the middle, the flamers open fire, and you use the other dwarves as heat shields. Also, look at the shoulders. Christ. Ugh. Imagine Violet being the trying to be the big spoon in that relationship. She just gets her impaled on the spikes. Ooh. Oh shit. Okay, minions. I'm afraid I cannot use you in this fight. At all. Strangely, there's no forest trolls in there, it's just normal trolls. Interesting. Is better for me though, considering what we have to go up against. Okay, come on big boys. Huh. Guess there isn't friendly fire. Actually no, the other guy I think did take a bit of damage from the rock guy. But then again it could have been easily when my hits like cleaved. Move. Not entirely sure, so it could go either way. I wonder if I could have guard marked my minions outside, and they would have actually stayed outside and not got teleported in. In all honesty, probably not. Huh. Didn't think that worked. I didn't think that would work, you know, hitting this guy as it moved. I thought it was, you know, skin hard as rock. Then again, I can beat up these guys and they are made of rock. Then again, so are those guys. Details. It's interesting how burly the trolls still are. Considering I know they're burly starting off, but you think they'll be less burly now. Like they'll be like I handle them more capably. Considering how burly I am now. But apparently not. Can you kill? No. Of course you can't. It was just for that one scripted fight. Ah, oh, come on. Ass! I better not get cornered by the two of them, otherwise they'll keep stunlocking me and I'll never get out. Only with death can I escape the torment. Okay. Also weird shadow effects on these guys. Christ, move. Actually, I don't need to worry about the overhead Sam, it's the swings I have to worry about. That just passed right through them. Alright. They're made out of fat air. And yes, there is friendly fire. Either that or I killed the enemy with a cleave there. Interesting. Ah, fuck. Got it. I got greedy. Fuck. Move. Look at the power of 25% regen. It's just constantly trickling back up. Takes a moment to kick in, I think, but my god, is it worth it. Basically means if I just run around a little bit, I can just easily full heal. As long as I stop taking little hits every once in a while. Actually, I did actually manage to abuse hitboxes there a little. Normally, you know, I don't get to take advantage of that because I actually measure things up right. But I was actually able to stand further away than I should have been able to and hit the enemy. Or at least, yeah, I don't consciously take advantage of them. Love if those guys like timed their double slam right there, so I could just keep beating on them for a bit. But I did fine regardless. Did you expect anything else? Don't answer that. Ha! Nice. Let's grab a couple of minions. Just to go clear stuff up. Blues, that's fine. I suppose if you wanted more fun farming fight, guess you... Really? That's how poor equipped you are? Christ. If you wanted more fun farming fight, I guess you could go and fight those guys. Still not as good as the Beatles, but it's at least more entertaining. It's more entertaining indeed. Then again, but probably by the time you can do what I just did there, you probably will need to farm. Oh, this undead fight. Oh yeah, I was hoping for the undead I'm used to. The zombies and whatnot. That'll be much nicer. Okay, 3 big guys, a Reaper. It's like it's the generals. 3 generals, a Reaper, a ton of soldiers, the charge guys, and the back row of cannoneers. There's 5 on one side, 5 on the other, I presume, for symmetry. Of course there is. And there's some soldiers at the back line as well. Soldiers, Browns are fine against them. The general guys, Browns are fine against them. Reapers, Browns are fine against them. The other guys, the Browns are fine against them, if the Browns can get close. The only guy I'm worried about are the 3 in front and the cannoneers. I'm worried about the bazooka guys at the back, but I'm also worried about the guys at the front. Those guys are an utter pain. And let me just check how much space I have. If I don't have enough... Oh Christ, I have 2.95 gig left. Is there anything small I could just delete right now? Yes. I'll install Crown Champion. I'll install Flat Heroes. Poly Bridge. Probably want a cracker. Install the XCOM games. Not the Enemy Within one. The old ones. Had them installed for some reason. Unholy Heights. Uninstall. Got that as a gift when I had a Mac, and as such couldn't play it. Torchlight, uninstall. I might do a let's play of that, probably not. Titan Attacks, yeah, that can be uninstalled. Rogue Legacy, that can be uninstalled. Reverse Crawl. The game's okay, it's not a great game, and the way it's described is a little misleading. It makes it sound like you set up the dungeon, a dungeon. It's like, I kind of, just the way they described it made me think it was going to be grander than it was. Or maybe it was just, they described it in a particular manner and I added stuff to it and it kind of misled myself. Either way. The description on Steam made me think it was going to be like, you set up a dungeon and heroes flock to try and kill you. Think a Dungeon Keeper style thing. But it was more of a, like, you choose where to go on the map. You go there and enemies would attack you and you'd have to defend yourself. It's been ages since I played it, so I'm not describing it particularly well. But while I did enjoy my time playing it, I was expecting something else. Maybe I misled myself. Maybe the phrasing on the Steam page could be done a bit better. I'm not sure. Again, it's been a while since I even acknowledged it existed. So yeah, I'm not going to really go too far either way. But it's just I'll say it this way. The way it's described on the Steam page makes it more interesting than it actually ended up being. I still played it the whole way through and even thought of doing a let's play of it. you know, it's not an utterly horrendous game. It just, I expected something else, basically. That's my issue. I think it could have been phrased more precisely. It wasn't phrased particularly, it was phrased a bit inaccurately. Sorry, I just feel awkward because, you know, I said misled, but it was phrased a bit inaccurately. When it talks about it being a reverse dungeon crawl instead of you crawling the dungeons. It makes it sound like you being the one setting up the dungeons and the heroes are trying to hack and slash through your minions. Well, they are still trying to hack and slash through your minions. In a sense, it's right. Like you put, in a sense, it's right. When you get into a battle, the heroes start on the left side and you start on the right hand side, and that's true for practically all fights. I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but the heroes work from the left hand side over to the right. You try and stop them. In that sense, and you're the monstrous faction. So in the sense that it is a reverse dungeon crawl, in a sense. But I imagine more grand scale thing from the phrasing. Certainly the appearance should have put me off of that idea, but I try and give things a chance. You know, you never know what could surprise you. But it is a reverse crawl on a minor sense, a minor case. But I think if you're expecting something grand out of the game, you're putting your expectations a little too high. I think that's my issue. I was hoping it would be grander than it actually ended up being. Still, it's a fun enough game to play for a bit, and it didn't cost too much, a couple of euro. So if you've got a few euros to throw away, you know, you can have some fun there. I probably won't be able to let's play it because it does have it has music the author didn't make, the maker of the game didn't make. It could be royalty free for all I know. It could be from Incompetech, but I have no idea. So you know, Kevin MacLeod or whatever the guy's name is. So I probably couldn't use it myself. In a let's play. Let me just. Oh, what am I going to say? I just feel awkward, you know, criticizing it. I think they could have phrased it better. I think the phrasing of it, at least to me, made it sound a bit more grand than it ended up being. And you know, if they got an issue with that, they can go kiss my ass. Sorry, I'm just feeling awkward criticizing it because I always get paranoid. Could they slander? Not slander. Could they sue me for, you know, slander or libel or something? I just found the phrasing on the Steam page to be a little misleading. It made me think it was something more grander, basically. Like, think this is just my thought process here, to keep clear. My thought process ended up making me think it was like, think Dungeon Keeper, you know, you're the villain setting up the dungeon kind of thing, yeah? But combine that with, like, a hack and slash in Diablo. Like a Diablo hack and slash or whatever. Do you see heroes trying to cut their ways through your hordes of minions and you try and stop them while having your own dungeon? That's the kind of grander thing I was imagining. It ended up much more of a smaller scale thing, but much more smaller scale. In fact, you go through some dungeons yourself, and in a sense, you are hacking and slashing yourself. Not as in your character isn't taking the sword to himself and he's like, "Have at thee, fiend! Have at thee, you cad!" As he's hacking and slashing at his own face. He's not doing that, but he goes finds a tomb and he's hacking his way through the enemies in it. And I actually did have fun in one mission. You're going up against a boss, and I had a spell that allowed me to take control of the undead or something. So I was actually able to take control of him, and he would summon in minions. So I had him summon in minions, and when he dropped from my control, the minions stayed in my control, or something like this. I basically had a bit of fun with it, and it was actually quite enjoyable. And the game has its virtues and whatnot. It has its falling points. I just found the Steam page could be better phrased. And I'm sorry I'm emphasizing this, it's just I'm covering my ass. But bluntly, just, I want to make sure I'm phrasing it right. English. Yeah, basically, I think the Steam page could be better phrased. To me, it made it sound grander than it actually ended up being. It's still accurate, I guess, but it's